Hello everybody, this is Sonya. We're in Australia. I've been, hadn't put a video up I don't think for a little while. Anyway, so here we go. I'm ironing. Yeah, I know. So these have all been washed and I'm just ironing these few today because to show people what I'm going to do with them. I've got a whole heap of them there, but I don't know if I'll be ironing all them. I'm not very good at this anyway, this ironing thing. It's not one of my favourite things to do. So they turned out pretty good. Look, they're really nice actually. They look nice and new and fresh. So I have a few ideas in my head about what I want to do with this part. Now let me just see if I can find another piece of fabric that I got from something else there. I don't want the calico bit. I could use a bit of this one, I suppose. This is nice, isn't it, this material? I could try a bit of that. We have a bit of an iron here. Hubby washed them all and pegged them on the line for me. He's a good man, isn't he? He's a good man. He doesn't mind doing helping. He's got his things he likes to do, so he likes me to have interests too. He's always been encouraging to me, so that's really good. Have I got any steam on this? Do you think I've got steam? No, that's it. Let me hear. No. Wait a minute. There's no water in it, Sonia. How's it going to make steam? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, I'm not playing with water at the moment. I'm going to just iron this. I'm ironing this because I think I can use it. Actually, I need to get a smaller bit. Right, so I hope everybody's having a good day. Now, I don't think I'm going to be on here now for a few weeks. I don't know. I think I'm going to be having a bit of a break because I have a lot of appointments next week, and then something's going to be done with this room. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but so I might be away for a little while. I don't have time to make a whole heap of videos to put up one a day. I'm sorry. Where's this? What temperature I've got this on? Where am I? There's the thing. Righto. Probably could turn it down a tiny bit more because this is linen and it should be able to handle a bit of heat. I need a spray, don't I? I need to put water in this too. That's going to be interesting. Oh dear, nearly pulled that out. Okay, let's see if we can do this without getting it. If I spill it on the thing, that's okay. Okay. Oh, we'll see it is okay because it will iron dry, won't it? Here's me playing around with electricity and water. Hubby just told me not to burn myself. He didn't say anything about getting electrocuted. Ah, dearie me. Sorry, people. Okay, right. So anybody new to my channel, thank you very much for coming over and looking at what I'm doing. You know, you might find some videos that are really crappy that I've put up, but you know, I do it because it's what actually happens in my life when I get the mistakes. You know, when you make mistakes, that's a good way of doing it, wetting it, isn't it? Put a bit more water on there, off there. Should it steam now? I've switched that on. Up for steam. Can't hear nothing. There it goes. Hopefully it's nice and clean. It's not going to spit anything out at me. You know how sometimes when we do something naughty with our iron and iron something we're not supposed to, you know, that sometimes that happens, doesn't it? Look at that. It's not dirty though, thank goodness. Clean water. Had a little bit of a incident round the corner this morning in the neighbourhood. I don't know what it was, but the ambulance, the police and the fire brigade were all around there. So I don't know what happened, and I hope everybody's all right. Didn't see a fire, but sometimes the people from the fire brigade come to help the ambulance people because they're not allowed to pick up people and stuff like that anymore. You know, if they fall down or something. They're not allowed to pick them up. Well, that's only fair. Anyway, so yeah, I should be away. If I'm not, well, you know, I'm not doing Maybe I won't be, because some of the appointments are of an afternoon, and one of them's been changed, so I'm just saying if you don't see me, I think I'll be all right, you know, don't worry. I'm sure I'll be fine. Press that down, I don't want any more steam on it. Okay, so look, that's going to have to do for what we're going to do, and I'm going to turn this off now without dropping it on anything. Put it down here, standing up on the floor. Right, it should cool down before we go any further. Now, okay, beautiful day. Actually, I can feel a warm breeze floating through the window in the bathroom. Just finishing off my drink. And that would be milk. Now, this is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Now, my idea for today was to... And this is not big enough, this envelope, is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I was going to cover an envelope with it, but I'm also going to make a journaling thing with it. So maybe it just depends on how much I've got up here. You see, you've got to see how much you've got, and that's not ironed very nice on you. It'd make a nice bag, wouldn't it? Make a really nice bag. Very easy too. That was, you know, that's just something that'd be... If it doesn't come to that part. Right, I don't have enough to turn it like that and still have the picture. Oh yes, I do. I do, because the picture's just there. Oops, I didn't want to take anything off that one. That's an awful thin bag, Sonya. Awful thin. Yes. An awful thin bag. But you don't have to use this for the back and the front. But that's an idea to do with it. Just let me look. I need to have a bit of a look because I want to see what exactly it will entail if I do. See, that's a good size. Put a journal in, isn't it? Really good size to put a journal in. Sonya doesn't have a journal here handy, only one that's not finished, and I don't really want to... Okay, we can make a journal bag, eh? Right, we can, because we're going to do this. Okay, and plus you'll need it to be as wide as you can because you don't want it to... Let's just cut this out first and see how we go. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I should have used that bit. Shouldn't I? I should have used that. Look how crooked that is. Please not judge me, please. Please nobody judge me. Gonna have to turn the iron back on. I'm gonna come up here a bit further. Well, that's that cut out, okay? Sort of. We'll fix it now. We'll fix that. Okay. Right. Now I need to get the iron back. So let's plug that in. Need to get some serious yarns on here. I might have to actually spritz a bit of water on that if I tend to get that done properly. And then I'm going to get a piece of, I do love me calico. Suppose I could cut up this. This seems a bit sad, but, you know, you got to have, it's good to use for material. You use your material for these things, don't you? That's what you've got to use. There's a piece here. That is off a piece of something. Oh yes, I made something out of this bit before, didn't I? Now I can make the bag out of this and this bit. Righto. We won't have to destroy that today. We're making a journal bag. Okay, that's what today's tutorial is going to be all about. How to make... No sewing. Oh well, there will be, but not... I'm going to cut that off there. And then I know my journal is 7 by 5. Have I made a cover? I haven't made a cover for that yet. Maybe this could be it. You never know. Right, now I'll have to iron that bit. 7 by 5 inches. Cut this off first, green, don't want that. Definitely don't want this. Righto. So I know how long I've got to do this. So I just looked up at the clock so we can see what we're doing. Move that out of the road. I wanted to make a couple other things too out of them smaller ones, so we might get another video up yet, we never know. Righto. Before I take a bit of time off. Now this should iron alright because this is very thin, this piece. Not breathing. It is switched on, isn't it? I'm sure that little light's working. Whoops. Of course it is, Sonya, it's hot. The only thing about it is it's not heating up as fast as I want it to. I don't know what I think I'm doing. This here thing keeps falling down on me. I don't know if this might be too old and weathered, you know. I think, you know, I might have to use a bit of calico or something. I think it might be too old and weathered. Maybe. No, it looks good. I think vintage and reusing things is a good idea. It was off a pillowcase, a pillow jam of some sort. It was. There's some steam in it. Okay. Good-o. I get some water now. We need a bit of water. Got that bit done. Right, now this one. Oh well, it's got to be on there, doesn't it? It's got to get there somehow. If I don't put enough on, it's not going to work. There's a lot of fiddling about, so I'm just going to iron this till it's all nice and straight. Good, best to start off with something straight, isn't it? This one's wet. It's going to go right through this ironing pad too, because that tends to happen. The steam goes through there and wets whatever's underneath, but I've only got a piece of card. What's the name? File folder underneath it, so it should be right. Now, the only thing wrong with this, you find it, right, and as soon as you pick it up and start do things with it, it creases up really bad. It happens, you know, so what are you going to do? It's like linen and things is like, it's like that, and that's what this is. It's a beautiful piece of linen that this piece of work was made on. But see, you could make a cover for your journal also out of it, or this bag, and I want to do the bag. Not a cover, I'm going to do a bag to put it in, and I'll do the cover soon, later, sometime. Okay, am I finished with that? I think so. This time I might be. Unplug it. There we go. Now, I want to have, it needs to be 5, but more than 5 because, you know, I'm going to have it 15 centimetres or 6 inches because you have to have, allow for the padding, you know, the extra pieces you put in your journal, so you have to allow for that. So that way it'll be 7.5 maybe, but I need a piece for the top bit that I want to turn over so I can put a nice piece of something through it, or not. No, just make yes, right, we'll just see how we go. So I'm going to cut that up to there. That's 8 inches. And I'm going to draw it down here. And I'm going to put a line across here for 6 inches worth. Right, maybe it's going straight. Sonya, is it going straight? Very good. And then another line up here. Hope I got this straight. Well, you know what, it would have been a good idea if I did it on the other side. But this is only for cutting it out anyway, really, because I want to cut it. I don't know what that is. We got 6 inches that way, and there's 7 3/4 ish, sort of, about that way. So I need to have I've drawn on that. We'll look at that later anyway. We might just cut this out to this size and then sew along there. So let's cut it out bigger, but then I've got a big pencil mark, haven't I, Sonia? That wasn't very smart. When you do yours, turn it over like that and draw your pencil line, okay? Don't think I can even see it to sew it either, can I? No. We're going to sew it up on the outside. That's a good idea, isn't it, people? Yep. Surely is. I'll fix that idea. I'll fix that, I have. So we're just going to cut up along here. We can sew it on the outside, because we can do fancy, can't we? We don't have to be have our work hidden. We can do fancy. Oh, that's really crooked. That's not fancy at all. When Jeremy made his last garden bed up the back, it was a bit crooked. I don't know if I told you this, and he said to me it was really crooked. I said, it's whimsical, darling, don't worry about it. It wasn't that bad. This is a bit skew-whiff, but I'm going to fray this back anyway, so nobody panic, please. And I'm going to go up here a bit further just for fun, because I might not actually finish it off at that part. I might add a bit. You never know. You can put it back on. Yes, Mum used to always tell me you couldn't put it back on, but I can. I put things back on if I... See, look at that. We're screwing up already. Now, not just me, the material as well. So this is very close to the bottom, but if I go careful along there, I can stitch that. Okay, so it'd be a good idea if I show you what I'm going to do. To start with, I should sew that first, shouldn't I? Because that's the that piece there can be turned over to the back, maybe. And if I sew down here, I'm not going to be able to get into that piece because this bit here won't be shut. Where's the book? The book goes down in there. Hopefully, well, it might not be this book, okay? And then I'm going to need a bit of wiggle room at the top. Maybe I should put this on a smaller journal. I might do that too, eh? I'll put it on a smaller journal. So we're not going to worry about the size today. We're going to just do what we can. Except I've got to cover over them lines. I don't think I can rub them out. It seems a shame that I did that. Don't you do that, okay? Righto. Now, you've got to think ahead, and it's not easy all the time, is it? I'm going to try up this bit first. I don't think it's going to work. Oh, look, it is. I think it is going to work. Excuse me. Oh dear, not this coughing thing again. I very rarely do this coughing thing. Only when I come in here and I'm breathing and talking too much. It takes me breath away sometimes. Right. I think I still want the stitching on the outside, but I think I want to move it in a bit further because I'm going to make the bag a bit smaller. I'm going to fray that back. It's what I'm hoping will happen. Oh, did I tell you I lost my engagement ring? I did. It's on my finger now, but I searched and searched and searched for it everywhere. And I was getting myself into a right panic because I have another one that I usually wear that was Mum's. And I had it on and I found it in a drawer out there where I've kept my crafting stuff. Now this works. You can erase this off here, okay? So, yeah, so I was searching all day. I was looking, and in front of the drawers there's a bin. And it had a bit of stuff in it, not a lot, but a bit. It's only just put me a wet wipe in there sometimes, or something I've been cleaning, me crafting or whatever. And old bits of paper. Ever guess where it was? In there. It was in the bin. I nearly had a turn for the worst. I thought, oh my goodness me, I've had this for 32 years and I've got it on my finger and I ain't taking it off again. I never wore it, only when I was going somewhere. So now I'm keeping it on. Jimmy said, oh, we can buy another one. I said, I don't think so. I want mine, thank you. It's all, you know, you do. You like your own things, don't you? I have the second thing, I want the first thing, thanks. But anyway, I could probably do this inside out now. What do you just reckon? Can I do it straight butt? Am I equipped with that? Yes, it's going to save us a lot of time because, to be honest with you, I don't have a lot of that today. A lot of time. So let's just do across the bottom. And we're not going to make it a particular size, like we are making it this size because, but I won't be doing it, I'm going to put a pencil mark again. I'm going to use put another journal in it, or something. Put another journal in it, just put a line across there. This is for me to stitch along, okay, so you can do this too. Put a line down there, and a line down here. Now, if we make mistakes, we can fix them, okay? We do not have to throw it in the bin. Although I will faff around with something for a fair while, especially a small thing for some reason. And then I think, oh, for goodness sake, Sonya, throw it out. Okay, so stitching, you know, or if you don't, it's quite easy. I think that's hubby going out to the mailbox. I don't think there's anybody at the door. Now, cotton, yes, I will do it by hand. Oh, look at this. This can go on after too. Oh, dear, yes, we can do a bit of that. We won't be long. It won't take me long to zoom around here, I don't think. If I had the machine, I could go even faster, but I'm going to do this first. Now, you can't really do anything with the top until you fix the sides first, okay? Is that pointy? Right, just my luck I was using something that didn't have a point on it. Now I'm going to do a back stitch around here. So all you need to do is start up at the top and go around. And I'm sorry I can't fast forward. I can do a more of a running stitch, I suppose, so it goes a bit faster. And what I need, I think I might do is I'm thinking about, I might glue that back. I don't know yet. We'll see what we do with this, with the seams. So I don't think I'm not going to back stitch it, it'll take me too long. But this is going to hold it. I mean, it's not like it's going to get away from you. Just do little stitches, don't get too big. Don't get too big and carried away. I could even put glue in that seam after I've finished. Okay, I'll show you that idea. And then that'll stop the fraying too, won't it? I should have got the iron out so I could have pressed this as we go, but it'll be alright. It'll look alright. Don't panic. Nobody panic. Now see, look how easy this is. If you don't know how to sew, it's easy. Just get a needle and cotton and go. Up and down, follow the line. Follow your pencil line, your ruler line, and you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Sorry about that. So go up and down in there. It's always wrong way, Sonya. Just follow the line, do little stitches. We're making a nice bag, a linen bag for your, and some other person's work is going to be appreciated and cared about somewhere else, isn't it? See, you're going to have this, and this is what you do with anything you want to recycle, okay? If you want to recycle something, this is a way of doing it. There's lots of ways of doing recycling things. There's heaps of them. Sure, there he is. Probably should have kept the iron on, but I want to glue that too, so I've never tried that before to see if it's going to be an issue or not, putting a bit of glue on it. You know, just to keep that from fraying back too much. Stick it down with some glue and then trim it off. Righto, we'll see what we do with that in a minute. Because you wouldn't want it to fall apart. You could glue it anyway. You would not have to sew it if you wanted to, but I just don't think that's... it'll be strong. But I don't know if it's quite what I would, I wouldn't do that, I don't think. But I need to do both. I'll glue it and sew it. Now, hang on, I want to have a look and see how these stitches are going. They're fine. There you go. You can see them, but you know what? That's okay because it's pulled back away from the linen. I'm going to actually put glue on them little seams. I'm going to cut them back further, and then I'm going to set some glue on there. We'll do that, eh? It's a new trick. I think I'm getting too big. Look, there's getting too big. Look at me go. Look, there's big holes in that. Stop now and go back here and fix that, Sonya. Go back and get smaller. The further I go, the larger the stitches are getting. I'm going to plug the iron in. For nothing looks better than what it does when you've ironed it. My way of ironing is really bad because I hang up my clothes and that's how they iron themselves down straight, okay? And it works too, majority of the time it works, okay? You hang them up there for a while. Oh dear. So, small stitches, Sonya, keep them small. But if you got the line, it's really easy to go along. You can pin it, but that's going to take you a little minute or two, and then you get pins hooked around the cotton and stuck in your fingers. And there's ways of doing things, you know. Some better than others. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff. You'll see later, maybe. Well, I hope if I ever get it out there. For my Etsy, I've been working on stuff for my Etsy. I could even probably throw this in there too. You never know. It's just, I've got a whole heap of things, but I'm trying to make it a bit before I start doing this because it's going to take me a little while. I may get it up in the next few weeks. It just depends whether I might be able to make videos because Jeremy said we could have a few hours that he would like to be working in the yard, so while he's doing that I can do that, or maybe not, because this is going to be moved about this room a bit. I hope to be anyway. I've been going to do this for a long time, but it's starting to get hot now. I'm going to have to get in and do it, otherwise it's going to be too hot to do it. Thank goodness the warmer weather's getting here because I really had enough of that cold stuff. I really have. Stick to the line, Sonya. Don't know how long since I've made a video. What's the day? I think it's been a while. A couple of days maybe. Maybe not since Sunday. Because I had an extra one to put up Monday and then I missed Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I haven't made one since Sunday, but before we had Peg's little party. Thank you everybody for wishing her well for her birthday. Oh, look at this. How bad am I? Look. I'm not paying attention. So what you do, you might have to check your work as you go and make sure you don't do this, what I'm doing. And you can just pull them back out till you get back down here and fix that, because that's a bit skew with. You haven't got both pieces together. Now, how about now, we right? Yep, do it again. A pin would have been a good idea because it'd hold it together, but like I said, they get stuck on things, but we might have to put one in there now just because we're just losing control here. It's nothing worse than that. I'll keep hold of it myself instead of just going along there willy-nilly without paying attention to what I'm doing. Have I got both sides? Yes, I do. Okay. I'll put put it up there, it's not in my way. I'm excited to decorate this too, besides the sewing. Looking forward to that. Not too big, Sonya, just settle down there with the size of this. Now this thing is going to be playing up on me, this glue, because I didn't put the thing in it, you know, the pin, last time I was in here. Or did I take this out this morning? I can't remember if I do anything in here this morning. I've got my lounge room is covered with stuff that I'm working on. So I don't have to put it away to do a video. Hope that's going to work now. So I timed myself because I wanted to see how long this is going to take me, and I've spent 10 minutes on it, I think. Now that's not bad. I mean, you know, don't go and try and make one for a present for somebody in the next hour or two. Oh, I've done that before. You know, the kids have gone, oh, I haven't got something to give so-and-so, or, oh, dear. And so I have to go and, you know, run up something or whatever. I used to always be wanting my mother to make me something before I went out that night when I was young. I used to give her the material and say, I want you to do this for me, please, before I go. And she'd be... I'd have to approach her really carefully, though. That wasn't how I'd do it. I'd have to sneak up. Oh, dear. Never mind. I'd have to think about it for a fair while. I think I was game enough to say anything. Anyway. She usually would do it for me, because I hated making clothes. Still do, but I'm going to make some anyway, but not for me. For my half-scale mannequin, my Christmas present. I got one. I got one. I found one, so Santa Claus is buying me that. Now, I'm going to glue, or maybe we should cut first. Just cut about this much off, okay. So you've still got a bit worthwhile to keep on this side. And that wasn't my cat. He sits out there at the front door and he talks to the neighbours' cats when they come over. Two of them come there like one day. I was sitting there with him. They just sit there. Sometimes there's a word, not very often. There's a meal word. It's really weird, eh? They keep him company. But he's not going outside, I don't care. Don't care what they say. It's good him to be in here, because the other day when I was going up the street, I seen this fluffy white thing on the ground. I thought, wonder what that was. And somebody had placed a beautiful fluffy white cat on the pathway. And we can tell it wasn't moving or anything, of course, but then I had to go to the council, because I was just across the road from the council building, and I asked them to somebody please go and move it, and they would. They do, that sort of thing, so that was very sad. Somebody must have run over it or something, and then they got out of the car and put it there. It's been put there. It had been put there. You could see that plain as anything, that somebody had placed it there. You know, because it was in a... Come on, glue, please. I know I wanted to iron it, and I still will. The glue might melt a bit then, though. Hey, we don't know what we're doing, do we, here? Come on. Well, if I have the iron on for no reason, that's okay, right? So this is going to glue down really nicely. Keep me lightning stitches in there. By that, my mother used to say they were size of lightning, you know, they flashed. You threw them on there really quick, you know, lightning, and large. When I did things that I didn't want to do. You know how that is when you're a kid and you don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. I howled when she tried to send me off to learn to sew. I won't go to do that, no way in the world. Because I wouldn't let her teach me either. You know how kids are, they don't want you to show them anything. Well, some of them do. I find some people have children that are interested in what they do. My girls don't. They don't do any of this sort of thing. They do not. I got them to make a pair of pants for a Barbie doll once, and according to them now, they're good at what they do. That's okay. If they're not interested, you can't force them. I wasn't. Nobody forced me, because now I knew I was, in the back of my mind, you know. I did like to create stuff. And this is fun. I'm having fun any rate. I hope you are. I mean, it's not that exciting, but it's... You can pretend that you're here with me visiting, and we're having a bit of a chat, and we're making a bag, okay? That some person has already cross-stitched for us. Really nicely even. Now, I'm going to turn it through the right way. I'm going to cut a bit off this corner here. Not too much, because I don't want to make a... I don't want it to... Well, it won't come undone. I've just glued it all on there. And if the glue does melt a bit, it's okay. It'll set again. I hope. I'm telling you that, and that's it, right? Okay? You believe me words. You believe me. There our wrinkles again, flat out. It just wrinkles up straight away. And now I can't really iron this anyway that good, because you can use the end of your scissors just to push this out a tiny bit, but be careful. Just do it very, very gradually, because it'll only come out so far, and if you go pressing the scissors in there, you might end up with won't be a point at all, it'll go right through. Why is it crooked? I haven't pulled it through properly. I'm going to get a pin and pick it up. Could be me glue hackling up there. Now we just get the pin and just pick up this very carefully. Don't pull a thread. If you can help it, try not to pull a thread. Oh, that's not very nice, is it? I haven't got it nice and square. Might be a bit more I can get out of there. I didn't think I did it skew weave. I thought it was pretty good. It's not bad. I'm not going to be too worried about it. It should be nice. Now I'm going to put the iron on it again. I just want to show you that it will look nice. It will look nice. Oops. Don't think I want that on there this time. No steam for me. I was going to iron it in the inside and that, but I'm not going to, and I better get off. Not too much with the glue there. For some reason it looks a bit... We fixed that, look, see? That fixed it, I tell you. Well, there we go. Pretty little bag there. Nice. And you've done it yourself, okay? You've done it yourself, and I've got a kicky out corner, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I did. I'll have to check into it in a minute and see what I've done wrong. Might be turned out too far. I might have pulled it out too far. Because with the glue on it, I don't know. Should be right though. Anyway, it's a bit pointier than the rest. I guess it's not easy to sew. But see, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, look. It's only when you lay it like that. And that's because where the image is on the thing. Give it screws. Right, now we could have a little bit of a decoration. But we need to do the top bit. And the top bit we should put a drawstring through there. What do you reckon? Do you think that'll work? I do. I think it'll work okay. Or not. I don't know yet. What do you think? Let me see. I'm going to have to turn it through that way a bit. Righto. Now, I'm going to make sure that that's level. Hopefully. It'll be level. I'll put the iron on that. I knew I'd have to have that on again. Whoops. Oh, I nearly dropped it. Only had it out with 2 fingers. It's not good. Now I'm just going to turn down that top bit. Push it down. Right. I do have a bit of string too that I can put through there, so let's find that first, because, oh, there's my feathers, because I don't want to make the hole so it won't fit through. Now I've got some rope, and I've got this rope, and you know what, they look to me like one's too big and one's too small. Ah dear, I suppose that one would be better to use the smaller one. There, this one's too thick, isn't it? Yeah, that's something you should put on your library bag, I suppose. I don't know. I'll probably double that if it's enough. And that might look a bit better. Okay. That's how my room gets messy. I just threw that across there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just turn that through that way. I'm going to get a needle and thread, and this time I'm going to make nice dainty little stitches because I don't want that to come out of there. What have I done with my needle? Here we go. Is this the one? Yep. I'm just going to make small stitches because I don't want that to come undone. But I'm going to have to turn it up first. And I should have probably turned it up in... I might put a piece of lace around it as well. I'm going to turn it up by hand, but I'm just going to go by that pressed down bit, right? So I know that I'm not to move that. As long as... Did I thread this? I threw the thread over there. Sure, I thought I threw it in the needle. But you never know, it could have come straight out again. Knowing me, yes, it had a knot on it. What's going on here? Got a lot here, a lot of thread. I actually did it. I'd seen my brother yesterday on the chat. We haven't seen one another for 6 years, 8 years, a long time. And because he lives right up the top of Australia and I live down in the middle. So I'm not in the middle, but on the edge, you know, a long way away. And there's just, you know, because his health and mine, we're not really able to get near one another much at all. So I haven't seen him for all that time. And yesterday I was talking to him on the phone and he said, well, can't we do that video chat thing? And I said, I suppose so, you know, because I said, why not? Anyway, so I just got up from my afternoon nap and I looked like it too. And wasn't up for this, but anyway, we figured it out and we had a talk on the video chat. Don't really like doing that as much. You know, you feel it was okay. You know, his partner come there and she talked to me a bit, and so it was all right. We had a good, nice little talk about stuff. He's my little brother, and he's, I think, 4 years younger than me. Yeah, he is. My only one that I have now, my other brother that was twin to my sister, he was killed in a car accident when I was 19 and he was 18, I think. And he died. And so it was only my brother Peter. My sister's passed away and so has my mum, so he's me, besides my children and my husband, he's my only closest relative, you know what I mean? I mean, my daughters are too, of course, my husband, but we're the only two left out of mum's family now. And my mother was in a family of 16, and she was the last one that passed away, so that was a bit, it was a bit hard for her, but, you know, a big family. They're all gone away, you know. It seems sad, you know. You think sometimes, oh, I wonder what so-and-so would have thought if they heard or seen what goes on now, you know what I mean? I don't know if you do, but I do. Sometimes you think, oh, why not Mum would think about the, you know, the COVID and all this sort of thing. But she used to always say to me when she bought things by the yards and meters and whatever, that you know, too much stuff, always bulk, and said to me, maybe one day we won't be able to get it. And I don't know why she said that, but she might have she did, and that's so that's happening now because there's stuff up there in Woolworths that we can't get. I mean, I've been after now for weeks, and things that I used to buy all the time that they haven't got anymore, or they're not available at the moment or something. And I think I don't know if there's any sort of strikes or things going on at the moment. But now, if you didn't have that glued down, you would open that up so it wouldn't be so thick, okay? And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. You don't have, it can be flat. It doesn't matter. It's a baggie. It's a nice baggie. And yeah. So, and my nana, I wonder what she'd think about things, eh? How the world is now. Oh, I don't think she'd be too pleased about all the teenagers sitting around doing things on their phone. All the other ones is not teenagers either, for that matter. They work, them people, in my nana's day. I suppose they all have done, and yes, people do now, but you know what I mean. They used to have to get up in the morning and go milk the cow, make the butter and the bread and that for breakfast, unless they did it the night before, or whatever. I don't know how we'd manage that. Just get it all out of the fridge. As far as I know, when they were first married, my grandparents lived in a tent. Because back then days, there wasn't any much housing, I suppose, and he was a share farmer. But then they got into homes, you know, after that, but that's where they were at first. I hope I've done this nice, because I'm really worried it's going to gape open when I go to close it, and I hope it doesn't. I think I might be making the stitches too big because I'm in a hurry here. I shouldn't be, although even though I'm running out of time too. I might just, I think I've only got about 10 minutes left, so I'll see how I can, if I can get the string through here, I'd be right. I'm a bit of lace on it too, I think. I'll just glue that on, it'll be fine, it won't go anywhere. I hope this is not skew whiff too like the other bit. This is what's named a very unique piece of work when you think about it. Me and somebody else has made this. I don't know who the person was. Beautiful work though. And it's not the cross-stitch tablecloth that I got. This is a cross-stitch table runner, I think, this one. I'm not going to destroy the tablecloth that I got because I like it. I might even use it on the Christmas table. I'll see. Hope we have Christmas this year. We had to cancel it last year because we were really sick. Me and Jeremy. We got really crook. We were really sick for about 3 weeks. And gee, it was bad. It was really horrible. Come on. Rightio, now got bits of fluff and threads hanging off there. Rightio. Now, what I'm going to do, I probably should have did this first, but I don't think you can really. I'm going to make a hole. I'm going to make 2 holes, and I'm going to do it with this. And I'm going to be careful because after I show you how to do this, then I'll have to sew it because I don't want it to be no good. So that went really easy, that one. And then you want one in this side too. Right. There you go, that went really easy. Another thing, the problem we're going to have is how we're going to put this through here. I usually do it with a bobby pin, and I do have one of those things you thread through it with, but I don't know where that is at the moment. It's in one of those boxes with me. That's not it, I don't think. Is it? I think it was in here. You got the thing here that you iron Here it seems in that lid, but I don't think I've got that turning through thing. I had a turning through thing. I'm going to use this square after too, so I better leave that there a minute. Okay, so what you need to do is get something small enough, and maybe I have a little safety pin. Do I have a little safety pin? I'm going to put a bit of glue on this, and I hope it dries really fast, because I don't want thread to come undone. This fit through, should do. Okay, now get your little safety pin and pin it onto this. Make sure you got it through a bit of the fibres, because this is pretty open, this thing. Oh, come on. And then you want to thread this through, so we're on the outside, okay? And you thread that through. If this turns off, don't worry, we'll come. I didn't put the lace on yet, but I just wanted to show you how to put this on, and then we'll decorate it after, okay? And put this through this way, right? And it goes out here. Is that right? It goes just across there, right? Now you get it half. Get it in half, right? 2 halves. There. You cut that off there. Oh, I hope this is right. Then you get this. Take your pin out. Get the other one. Am I doing this properly? I'm not. And I cut it. Sonya, you silly girl. I don't know if that'll go back through there. It might. It's supposed to go all the way around. I suppose we can pull that up, and then I could thread one around the other way, I guess, if I've got enough stuff. You're supposed to have them crossed over in the middle, and then you can just pull it up. But I don't think that's an issue for this, because I don't think it's going to be, you know, that you won't be able to close it that much, I don't think. Now that's come off there, and I've lost my pin up the hole. Oh dear me, I'll bring it back. Anyway, you thread your piece around through there, okay? Now I've got the bit that's got the glue on it, so it should work. It should stay stuck, I hope. So undo it. I think it might be about my time might be up on here. I think I've been on here long enough. I'll keep going around here just in case you're still watching. See what happens. I hope you're all having a good day, and everybody's safe and that. And thank you very much.